mining and earth-moving equipment and technologies are projected to play a significant part in the country's future infrastructural development. According to market sources, the National Infrastructure Pipeline Program entered its second year in the financial year of 2021, with approximately 42% of NIP projects currently under construction. Coal India intends to produce 1 billion tons of coal by 2023 to 2024. To cut coal imports and increase production, the government began a large-scale auction of coal blocks. All of this is likely to increase coal and iron ore mining in India in the future years, with larger capacity earth-moving equipment playing a key role in this production expansion. On this note, B2B Purchase, as part of its procurement series, has organized this interactive session on Mining and Earth-Moving Revolution 2022. Leading equipment manufacturers, rental experts, solution providers, and consultants will briefly discuss as how the construction and infrastructure trends and advanced equipment will transform the prospects of earth-moving and mining equipment. So delegates, it's an honor for me to introduce you our distinguished panelists. Mr. Manish Jhamb, Zonal Manager, Mining Equipment Business, Larsen and Toubro. Mr. Rishiraj Kishore, AGM for Mining at Tata Hitachi. Mr. Tarique Salman, Segment Manager for Surface Excavation, Machine Vermeer, India. Mr. Shyam Tiwari, Director, MS Subinfra, Project Management Private Limited.
Mr. Rishiraj, for electrical solutions like mining trucks. For that, Mr. Joseph Martin wants to know about the charging time and distance can travel on full charge.
So see, what we are talking about, let's say, it's a 150-ton capacity truck or a 200-ton capacity truck. This truck runs at around 1,500 kilowatt engine. So it's a humongous power which is required to drive that truck. So right now, the way we are talking on the technology front, battery is an area where everyone is working on. And when I'm saying everyone, you can look at the, in and around India as well. The automobile sector is also struggling for battery. Right? For running a two-wheeler, should I need this capacity, this size? So, the size is becoming a challenge. Right now, the way things are getting streamed out, which in that kind of equipment, which will carry, 200 tons of load or maybe 150 tons of load, the charging has to be on around 10 to 12 hours. Now, two types of chargings we spoke about, like one is a dynamic charging, another is a static charging. It's static means the way you charge a car. Dynamic is where the equipment is running that point in time. So it is under development, and we are also very excited to learn that how the things pan out. It will take time, maybe in a year and a half time, we should be able to have a comment that, okay, this capacity of battery will take this much time of charge. So right now, the situation where we are in, it's not very, very clear that how it pan out. The development started maybe 6-8 months ago. So let's wait for the time, and in fact, these all information come in the form of press releases. So hopefully things should be there in a year and a half or 2 years time.
Right, you said it very well. There is one more following question, Mr. Rishiraj. Mr. Gana R wants to know that could you also touch upon the spare parts manufacturing and how often does the spare part needs to be replaced?
So is it particular to these, some specific spare part, or it's a generic question? If he can clarify, so it will be helping me to answer that.
I think we can ask to Mr. Gana itself. So just...
Yeah.
So he's not present at the moment. He must be referring to electrical solutions spare parts.
Yeah. So as of now, like in case of this space, the reliability is a big thing, because each equipment, the investment is huge. Whoever is investing. So there are proven manufacturers for these spare parts, but now the current government is talking big about Make in India. And everyone is trying to partner to the Make in India thing. So people are looking for a resource which can be developed locally. This will help us to ensure the availabilities, and also this will help help us to create jobs or having more infrastructure in India. So right now, but where we are, the stage where we are in, the dependency is huge on imports. Still, the dependency. Going forward, like the way the electrical, that drive is happening in the country. So for sure, it will see a light of day in India as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rishiraj. I am sure Mr. Gana got the answer that he was looking for, and he's satisfied with the response.
Yep.
Mr. Tarique Salman, you mentioned about reuse of mining waste. Can you give us some more details on this? And is there any technology innovation happening for this process?
When I talk about reusing of mining waste, actually there are a lot of materials which are being left, and which are basically, I would say, in terms of mining terminologies, like rejects of the ore materials. So those materials, there are technologies available that you can make stone bricks out of it by mixing all those things, and like mixing in a kiln and make bricks which can be used for using as a pavement bricks. And also not only this, the waters can be recycled, and it can be used for not only the irrigation but also for drinking purposes. So that is how we can achieve a sustainable mining procedure.
Thank you, Mr. Tarique. Also, what are the major technology leap happening in the surface mining solutions around the world? Can you please mention some?
See, automation is one part where every surface manufacturer is focusing on. And there are not only this, but there are projects where we are trying, not only us, but we are trying to implement the use of electrical engine. So using of electric engines is will be the next big thing in the mining industry as far as surface miner is concerned. But that like my colleague Mr. Kishore said, that still it's under development phase. Manufacturers are working on what type of battery and what size of battery to be used, and what size of engine to be used, and what all associated things are required for the equipment to run successfully in the mine areas, keeping in mind that these will be in the remote locations of any country. So those things are being considered, and likewise down the line 4 to 5 years, yes, I would see that surface mining machines will be having an electrical engine as a big thing. Another thing, automations, and we talk about control features. Like we already have seen in at least in our machines that we have GPS systems enabled, and also softwares and the controllers which are taking over the I would say human interaction. So I would like to add one more thing, that Internet of Things will be the next big thing in mining industry. So yes, usage of all those technologies for the improvement of mining activities will be a big thing. Thank you.
Right. So automation and allied technologies are going to play a key role in transforming the surface mining technology section. Great. Mr. Manish, I want to understand from you is how far present Indian mines are electrified and ready for electrified solutions.
See, we are still at a nascent stage compared to the automobile industry. We are still at a nascent stage because the development of battery-operated trucks, which was shown in a few of the presentations, are in a development stage. Yes, definitely in the road and highway sector, there has been some development in the hauling trucks where the usage has been there. But as far as mining haulage is concerned, it is a totally different ballgame. There the torque requirements, the power requirements are definitely much higher, and the productivity, the fuel consumption play a major. The electrification of the trucks is concerned. I showed in my slides regarding one of the trolley assist kind of scenario which is very useful in the uphill mining, where you have to take the load from bottom to the top. And similarly, autonomous haulage is also a step towards electrification, in the sense that, as Mr. Tarique also rightly said, that IoT and related technologies will help enhance this automatic haulage systems and as well as battery operated systems. So we are moving in the right direction. I can see a lot of development in the next 4 to 5 years, where we will have something where we are close to the automobile industry, and we will have our Teslas in the picture. Thank you.
Right. Mr. Manish, one more question. Is it possible to use trolley trucks in Indian mines, as our mines are without haul roads that changes every now and then?
Yes, very much. Why not? See, the usage of trolley assist, if you would have seen my particular slide on the trolley assist, there is a time when the diesel cost, say, increases beyond 60 cents or 70 cents a liter. Beyond that, trolley assist becomes a very economical solution, number one. Number two, you will have to have mines where you are going from uphill kind of scenario. And it has to be a constant uphill of at least 2 to 3 kilometers. So if we have such scenarios, because these kind of trucks are already running in South Africa, Australia, and major mining countries. So why not? We will definitely see in next 2 to 3 years, trolley assist being a very possible scenario in Indian industry as well. Sure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manish, for addressing that question. तिवारी जी, श्याम जी, आपके लिए एक क्वेश्चन है. आपने इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और प्रोजेक्ट्स के बारे में बात की, और तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहती हूँ कि आने वाले साल में माइनिंग सेक्टर के लिए आप किस तरह के इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आप देखते हैं या फिर जरूरत है आपके हिसाब से?
क्वेश्चन पूछा है आपने कि आने वाले टाइम में किस तरह के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के अंदर हमारा माइनिंग है. देखिए, जिस तरह रोटी कपड़ा मकान हमारी जरूरत है, वैसा ही आज के समय में पानी और इन्वायरमेंट और एग्रीगेट, मतलब पहाड़ को तोड़ना, सिंपल भाषा में कहें पहाड़ों को तोड़ना, इसके बिना कोई भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बन नहीं सकता है. हाल ही में अभी संसद में जो बजट पास हुआ, उसके अंदर आप अगर देखेंगे तो बहुत बड़ा एक स्कोप निकल के आता है. फिगर आउट तो नहीं बोल सकता कितना आएगा, बट आज की डेट में ना ये हमारा सबसे बड़ा कंज्यूमर है. रॉ मटेरियल का सबसे बड़ा सोर्स है जो माइनिंग का है. अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट 100 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट होता है तो मान के चलिए कि उसमें से 30 से 40 करोड़ का इनपुट आपका एग्रीगेट का ही आता है. वो साइज वाला अगर हो सकते हैं, मैं पूरी मिनरल की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो यहाँ पे जो मार्केट कैप है ना, वो बहुत बड़ा मार्केट कैप है. और इस मार्केट कैप के अंदर नई मशीनों का भी इन्वायरमेंट होगा, रेंटल मशीन्स का भी इन्वायरमेंट होगा, और बहुत बड़ा एक माइनिंग सेक्टर है. मजेदार बात तो क्या है कि जो चीज हम डिस्कवरी में देखते थे ना, जब मैं छोटा था और लगभग सभी लोग, कि बड़ी बड़ी मशीनें होती थी, किस तरह काम करते थे, आज हम अपनी आंखों से रियल में देख पा रहे हैं. तारिक साहब, ऋषिराज जी, हाँ, कि आज हम उन चीजों को बहुत अच्छे से देख पा रहे हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी को. तो एग्जैक्ट बताना तो नहीं पॉसिबल है कि कितना वैल्यूम रहेगा, बट इतना रहेगा कि इस कुएं में जितना भी है ना, सबकी प्यास बुझेगी, सबको बड़ा बिजनेस रहेगा, सबके करोड़ों में वैल्यूएशन आएगा. और कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री, माइनिंग इंडस्ट्री एक ऐसी कुआं है जो सबकी प्यास बुझा सकता है. अब फटाफट हम लोगों को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डालना है. पीएम गति भी आ गया है, शक्ति भी आ गया, और अब हम लोगों को एक स्टेबल सरकार मिली, एक स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट मिली है जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को एक दूसरे नजरिए से देखती है. वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वायरमेंट को भी नजर में रखती है, पॉल्यूशन को भी देखती है, और अपना टूरिज्म को भी बढ़ावा देते हैं, क्योंकि यही हमारा ड्रिवन है, यही पाथ है जिससे हमारी रोड, वो कहते हैं ना, नितिन भाई बोलते हैं कि हमारा अमेरिका इसलिए अच्छा नहीं है क्योंकि वहाँ बहुत रोडें अच्छी हैं, इसलिए अमेरिका बहुत अच्छा है. तो इंडिया भी ऐसे ही विजन की तरफ बढ़ रहा है. तो मुझे लगता है आंसर मिल गया होगा आपको कि एक गुड पाथ की तरफ जा रहे हैं।
जी जी, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। ये काफी सारी चीजें हैं जो हमें आगे चल के भी ध्यान रखनी है, और इन सारी चीजों में ही फैलकर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का बिजनेस इन्वेस्टमेंट के साथ आगे बढ़ेगा। बिल्कुल। मिस्टर ऋषिराज, can I request you to make a closing statement for this session?
Thank you, Bika. It was a pretty good session, and in fact, on behalf, I feel people, my colleagues who are here and there, Manish is sitting in Delhi and sitting in Bangalore. So it's a very nice way we are able to integrate the ideas which could be common, and definitely these things like this is Shyam ji ne bola, a lot of opportunities are there in India, and not only from the from the government side, even from the user perspective, that they are also keen that we should get more and more new technologies in India, and they should work on improving the efficiencies of their whatever they are working. So it was a great experience, and very nice, very well coordinated by you, Nitish, and all, and it will be our pleasure to have such events coming in future as well, so that more and more whatever the developments we do, because we do a lot of things, but we hardly able to get a a platform like this where we can talk about what the things are happening. More or less everyone is looking up for the future, and everyone is working in that direction. That's all what I can say, and thank you so much, and that's all from my side. We look up for having more events like this. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Rishiraj, for quoting that. Mr. Tarique, I believe you want to say something to it.
Yeah, I would like to add what Mr. Rishi has already said. The thing is that yes, it's a very, very good platform wherein not only all the participants were quite engaged, but also it was very well coordinated by both you as well as Nitish. And yes, a very informative session, and there are a lot of advancements which are happening, and platform like this has actually enlightened us as manufacturers what exactly is like Mr. Tiwari has said, what the future plan of or the investment plan for the industry is by the government, and also what all technologies are happening outside our domain. So yeah, it is very a good learning experience what is happening, and not only in our domain but also other domains as well. So I would like to thank you for giving us an opportunity to be on this platform. Thanks a lot.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you on board. Mr. Manish, what would you like to comment on it, please?
First of all, thank you very much, B2B, for giving us the opportunity to showcase our products and what is the future which holds for all of us. I would like to say two things which have come to our attention recently. One is the COVID scenario, in which the digitization has become a given thing. Now, as you can see, we all are talking on Zoom. So this technology is thanks to, I can see there are some positive aspects which has come out of this pandemic, and this is something which future also holds for us. And second is the recent war kind of scenario which is happening in Europe, which has led to sharp increase in fuel prices. We all are suffering because of that. The increase in fuel prices going beyond $100 a barrel has woken us up. And what we were planning to do 5 years, 10 years from now, and the world is saying that why don't we do it now? We are now talking about battery operated trucks. We are now talking about trolley assist, autonomous system. So I think all these things will be expedited. And thanks to this dynamic world scenario, where I think the future is going to be very exciting for the mining construction fraternity. And definitely we are moving towards a sustainable future for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Manish. Time is up for today. Mr. Nitish, can you please take it forward?
Thank you, panelists, for sharing your valuable thoughts on mining and earth moving revolution 2022. We hope you all have enjoyed the session. Before wrapping up, we would like to thank our distinguished panelists, Mr. Manish Jhamb, Mr. Tarique Salman, Mr. Shyam Tiwari, and Mr. Rishiraj Kishore. I would also like to thank our associate editor, Ms. Megha Iyer, and our editor, Mr. Prasad Nair, for taking up this initiative. To get more updates from B2B purchase, you can follow our social media pages. Also, our application is available on Google Play and App Store for enhanced reading. So with this, we would like to announce the closing of today's session. Kindly stay tuned for more such sessions. Thank you, take care, stay safe, and goodbye.